Hello and welcome to my channel. It's Mrs. Thinking of a Master Plan, and I am here with my budget setup for the month of May. Now, I pondered back and forth, talked with my husband, and we both came up to the same conclusion that I'm not actually comfortable sharing exact figures of things, but I feel like my process and my setup is one that's worth taking a look at. Now, I'm going to put this disclaimer out there. I am not a financial planner, analyst, budget person, no certifications, but I can certainly share with you guys what's working for me in my household. I know there's some super awesome budget reviews going on, or budget setups, and budget plan with me's. Shea Budget's awesome. Michelle, they are awesome. Those are the two that I watch, but I wanted to share my setup because it's a little different, and you know, maybe the combination of the three, or you can pick a couple of points from each of us to come up with a system that works for you. Something else that I wanted to talk about was incorporating a piece about credit in my budget review, because I feel like, you know, if you're snowballing and you're paying bills off, but what if you have a goal like buying a home? You know, 9 times out of 10, even if you're debt free, you are not going to own your home or just buy your home flat out. So what I would like to do is incorporate some tips that I found, and I do own my home, and I have for a couple of years now. But I wanted to share with you guys some things and some steps that I took, and I invested in a system called Credit Secrets, and I am going to share tips probably every other time that I talk about budget, because I only really do my budget once a month. Now, my husband and I, we do sit down and have budget reviews weekly to make sure we're on target with the things that we planned, okay? But I do want to incorporate some things, because I was in a on a Facebook page group, and some of the people were talking about the struggles that they were having with their credit. So if I can give you some pointers or some tips to help you, I certainly want to use my channel in that way to do that. So let's jump right in. So I am currently using the Trendsetter as my monthly, budget planner. It is a wonderful setup. So as you can see, May is totally blank. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually get all the May pages out, because I normally take all of them out and I do my budget, and after I do my budget, then I actually meet with my husband and we discuss it. And so you'll see me grabbing everything out. Even the daily to-dos, I really do use them. And let's see. All right. Now, I typically do not use the last pages, the note pages in the month. I'm not sure why. I just don't. But I did purchase the Trendsetter paper. So for this month, I'm going to use the green, Get It Done, and the yellow. Okay, so I take 2 pages a month, and in a minute you'll see why. And I'm gonna set this aside. You may hear me reaching down to reference it, but it's okay. All right, so the first piece that I complete is actually the monthly spread. So I'm just going to let you know what we're doing. So pretty much all of our bills, with the exception of a couple, are paid with ACH. I know it works for some people. Talking with my friends, they're pretty mixed about it. But for me, with my husband and I, this being the second marriage for me, the first for my husband, I came in with a lot of my own bills, and so did he, as we were extremely grown when we got married. So with that being said, all the bills are combined together. I know some people, you know, you have your household bills and bills you came in with before, you know, each spouse pays those bills. Not how it works in the master plan household. So we have combined bills. Okay, so the first thing I do is I, of course, consult my monthly view from the month before. So right now I'm looking at April, and each day that we have ACHs coming out, I put stickers on those particular pages. And I have a cheat sheet. You may see it in the video, I'm not sure. But I wanted to make sure that I have everything down here. Okay, so because I'm going with this yellow theme, I do have a few stickers that I made for myself in my Cricut that I like to use. And so it would be these, and it would be these that fit in those Cricut, fit in those boxes. And then I also downloaded these or bought these from Etsy from Hello Tally Printables, and they're dot stickers. So I'm going to be using a combination this month of dots as well as my stickers that I created. I really want to try to stick to yellow and hot pink as my main colors that I'm using. Yes, I still stay with a theme. There will be no washi on this setup. Something that I have done in the past and I haven't done in a couple months, I am going to just stick it down. And that's one of these long budget sheets from the budget sticker book, the Manby budget sticker book. But I don't really see the yellow that I'm looking for. But I know that I want to do some no spins for at least a couple of weeks. So we're going to put our no spins here. All right. Those are all my bills for the month. And through Snowball, we've been able to knock off one of our debts totally. So that's pretty exciting. So that's part one, where you lay out all your bills for the month. Okay? Boom. So part two is this checklist page or monthly goals page. So in monthly goals, I normally include a couple of things in my top three. I have my electric, my water, and the cell phone bills, things that we monitor closely. And then my electric bill. Those are top threes. Here is a lovely, this is for gas. And then what I typically do is I use the sticker budget book, budget sticker book, and I grab the gas icons out. We set a budget of $75 a week for gas. So I will just match these up with what colors I'm doing. And underneath them, I will put in the week. And there are 5 weeks in May. So I'm gonna put this light pink, even though it's a little off for what we're doing. And it's okay if it's crooked, because we got a lot more to do. And this is where I track my gas that's spent. And finally got my husband in the habit of not taking cash out of the bank, holding it in his pocket. He does use his debit card, and he's the only person that puts gas in the vehicles. I do not. I hate touching the gas pump. I just make sure that if I need gas, since I do work from home several days a week, if I need gas, that I just let him know that my car's running low on gas, and that's typically what we do. Okay, so 5 weeks. There we go. And then we will write. So under here is going to be, we have 5/3. So 5/3. This right here is 5/10. Here is 5/17. 5/24 and 5/31. So the goal is, I believe it's $500 a month for gas. But whatever your monthly goal is for gas, you would put that there. Then the next thing that I also track is food. So I'm gonna use this. I already used really the hot pinks, but this is kind of reddish pink, I guess. And we're gonna cover this up, and this is for food. Okay, then I go right back to my food sticker book, and I indicate the food with these cute little grocery bags. So there'll be 5 grocery bags for food. And I like this because there is the little grid lines right there. You can kind of line it up. And then the 2 down here. All right. So I'll do the same thing. Label the weeks of food. 5/3. 5/10. 5/17. 5/24 and 5/31. All right. All right. So here on this checklist, I am going to use the dates and holiday sticker book, the first one, the green one. And I'm going to use those to, this is where I put our budget review. So you'll see me write budget review. And then I'm going to put the dates that we have budget reviews, which are on Thursdays. And there's some itty bitty little dates in here that I want to use. So I'm going to use the little dates. Oh, I think I want to put this important sticker here because it's hot pink. Yes. All right. So we are going to grab, where did I set my handy dandy little friends? Okay. So let us put our stickers on here. So our first one is going to be the 3rd of the month. And okay. So here's the budget review for the 3rd. We have one on the 10th. And I think my dates are off for I'm gonna have to double check. let me double check these dates before I put them down. Let's see, dates. Okay, so yes, here the dates are wrong. I'm gonna have to correct those dates. So the 3rd, the 10th, the 17th, the 21st, the 24th, and the 31st. So 3, 10, 17, the 24th, and the 31st. All right, so those are budget review days. I'm gonna go back and I'm going to correct these because we don't have 5 weeks, we have 4. And all right. So that is kind of how I complete that checklist page. And that's all that I have on there. Here, I write budget review. So I can also use these monthly habit trackers to track no spend and various things like that if I choose to do that, but I really don't use this part. I'm not a fan of no spends. So once again, that is our monthly overview of bills. Here is our monthly breakdown of food, and I put actual amounts here. I put the goals here. So for gas, my goal is always like $300 a month. And I put gas, and that's $300 a month. And then here you have your actual. This is food. And I'm gonna say food is going to be, I say $500 a month for 4 adults. Okay. Once a month, I also do like household shopping, where I purchase like, you know, toiletries. So this right here is the household. And this month it should really only be $100. It might be less because I stocked up on paper towel, toilet paper, and I just go to Sam's Club and get that, and it lasts us 2 to 3 months. So, and that is how I do that piece of my budget. This page, the focus on big plans. So here, you're gonna grab your budget book again, your budget sticker book. And the stickers that I'm looking for are the ones that say account balances for the end of the month. And I think I'm gonna grab the hot pink one versus the yellow one, because the yellow one, we got a lot of yellow going on in this page. All right. So this is where we indicate at the end of the month how our bank account looked, how much money we actually saved, and goals and things like that. All right. So this is what goes there. Looks kind of crooked, but it's okay. And I also have a savings goal, one for me and one for Mr. Master Plan. So there is a savings goal here do. All right. I'll put some little space between it. And so here is his savings goal and my savings goal. Okay. Then we also each have allowance. So I use these little payday dollar bill thingamajigsies for that. Okay. And we have reasonable allowances. His is 100. Mine is 100. $25 a week. You can spend your allowance on whatever you want to. You can save it. You can put it back in the pot. Whatever you want to do. Okay. Now we also, and I'm going to be grabbing just a side piece of sticker paper to cover up that get it done. And I'll tell you exactly what we track here. Okay, I'm gonna make it a little thinner and a little shorter. We're going to do it like this, so we cover that up. Okay. And I was able to pick up the food stamps. And so there's one that says eat out. So that's what we track there, how much we actually eat out. Let me find my little stamping pad right here. Just make sure I wipe this off. And let's put this mortgage back in, upside down mortgage that I put here. So this one is going to be eat out, and it is new, so I will have to prime it. And so they look like this. This is with the latest release that Mandy had. And I decided, and I got these from Hobby Lobby, and of course I used a 40% off coupon. And I'm just gonna stamp it in black. I mean, I wouldn't mind stamping it in hot pink if I have the hot pink out. Let's see if I got the hot pink out. Let's see, no hot pink. But since out is right here, and since I have them all out, it's very hard to grab a hot pink one. Let's see. All right, so this is a Versa color, and it's called Opera Pink. And that is the hot pink that I'm going to attempt to use. I like the small ones because you kind of, put it on a stamp and let it go. You don't have to worry about it being as messy. My stamp off because I did. Okay, so we're going to stamp here and kind of let it go this way. Try to do it evenly. Eat out. Pretty good. I take it. All right, so the things that we are going to track is the date and the amount on these lines. So, date, and then the amount. Here at the bottom, total. All right. So, things that we focus on is making sure we review our budget weekly. We also focus on savings goals. And then last but not least, no spend when we have it. We are having one for the month of May. So that is how I actually set up this particular page. The focus on page is what I'm going to call it. Okay. Boom. And what I do is I just list the week out. So for this section would be 4/27 to 5/4, even though 4/27 is in April. But I say 4/27. I have to look at the last one, and then I could tell you exactly what it would be. Okay. So for last month, all right, 4/27 to 5/3. So this is going to be, the first one is going to be 5/4 through 5/10. I'm just going to make sure that date is right because we know I had my dates wrong earlier. Grabbing my iPad here. 5/4 to 5/10. Yes. All right. So what I would do, since I already have that date, I will grab back at the beginning where I have everything listed down, and I would count the bills that I had on 5/4 all the way to 5/10. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I have to look on 5/4 because there's actual bills on 5/4. 9, 10, 11. So we have 11 total bills on 5/4. So this is 5/10. So we're going to come here and we'll just grab this orange one, even though we haven't used orange, but for this purpose, it doesn't matter. I just really need to list out the bills. And we said 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm going to do 12, 13, 14 and start my new one here. All right, so the next group of dates are going to be 5/11 to 5/17. And this will all make sense in a minute. So 5/11 to 5/17, grabbing this again, I will be counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10. Which will be fine to put the second one down here as well. All right, then we are going to, we're just gonna switch sides, that's all. Gonna go back to this orange color. And then the next one is going to be 5/18 to 5/24. I am a very visual person, so when it comes to bills and things, I have to be able to see it. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then on the 20th, I have a couple on the 20th. 3. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we only have 7. Not bad. All right. So we got boom, boom, boom. Okay, so the last one is 524 to 531. And so what I'll do here is I'll come and get the actual bills, the actual totals, I'll put them here, and I'll total them up. So this is my weekly breakdown. Yes, Miss. So May 2018, that's my weekly breakdown. So that's part A. All right. Part B is a page where it's the actual money that comes in. Now, I would have the same breakdown of categories or weeks anyway. So I use the payday Friday. So for instance, I can actually use this yellow, it doesn't look bad. It's lighter. Okay. So for 5/4, and then I put in the 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think 5/4 is one of my paydays. Let me just double check. It is not. So 5/4 will be my husband's, 2, and another stream of income that we have, and a total. So I'm just going to space these out. Then we have 4/11. So we come over here. $5.11. Then we will come down here on 5/18. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we'll put it here. 5/18. Then we have another one on 5/25. And that's it. Okay. So this is, and I like to normally put some dollar signs and some arrows on that. But what I can put this time, let's see. I like to use these, and we'll have it hanging off the page. So I'm going to title this one, Money In. Okay. So there we have weekly breakdown, the bills, weekly breakdown of the money that we have coming in. then the other one, because I am such a visual person, people probably think that this is redundant, but I take my total bills and the total income I have for that week, and I put it here. So we will match the dates, just the pay dates of here. So it'll be 5/4. And then I will have the total bills, and then total income, okay, and then I put, if it's a surplus, I put the surplus. If it's not a surplus, 525. All right, and I also put like positive sayings and affirmations on this page, because sometimes looking at this is the for real. You know, it tells you you have more bills than you have money, which is not what you want. Okay, then what I normally do is I break it down, monthly total by week. Here's the surplus. All right. There should be a surplus. Okay. Then I grab my handy dandy budget books and I start putting positive acclamation. This is it this month. Do not save what is left after spending, but spend what is left after savings. So put that on there. And then there are also some other little things in here. There's a page of them. Put my savings pig here, because that's where the surplus should go, in savings. Okay. Over budget, the date, the vendor, and the amount. I'm gonna put this one on here. It says, just because you can doesn't mean you should. And I still don't see an over budget, but okay. So that would be the last part of my budget setup. And it may seem like a lot, but it's really not. And so for the budget reviews, we go back every week and we review real time what we've spent. We open up our checking account, we open up our savings account, and just to have that accountability piece, making sure nobody's taking money out that they shouldn't take out. And that's what we do. Now, my husband does have a job where he does, a part-time job where he does get actual tips. So what I like to do is I set this up, and when he gets that tip, then we discuss it. It's tracked. it's tracked every single month. So for the, I'm going to stamp the numbers on. And I do need to put this back on our handy dandy little food menu book or menu stamp sheet. And oh yes, I will be using these in my meal plans. Can't wait. All right. So, I'm gonna grab this calendar so I can look at it. Have these date stickers here. And the first is on a Tuesday. Not that it matters for these purposes, but I do, a lot of times I go and write the actual dates. And because I'm a little slow, I have to make sure that I have my dates facing the right way once I stamp. All right, back to that VersaFine ink. All right. Wiping off the parts that's gonna mess us up. And I just line it up and stamp away. And I normally go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right to left. I'm sorry, left to right. All right, so we will. Okay, so I have a dashboard. And I keep the dashboard at the monthly piece. So if I quickly need to get there for whatever reason, I can. And then for the one that is day to day, I also have the Trendsetter bookmark. And I keep it on whatever week or day that we are on. So the first thing to jumpstart your success with your credit is to make sure that your personal credit information is updated on your credit report. So you want to remove old addresses, incorrect personal information, such as variations of your name. So if it's spelt wrong, your middle name is first and then your last name, whatever, you want to make sure that information is correct. Your social security number, birth date, telephone numbers, and employers. By simply doing this, you can boost your credit scores up dozens of points and increase the chance of removing any negative accounts associated with those old addresses. So I'm getting ready to show you. So notice right there that address identification number, okay? So that's one thing. So this is at the credit bureau. Now, here, and I'm trying to get this in here, okay, is the information that would be, let's say, at the bank. So Bank of America, you see that address identification number? Okay, those are two very important numbers. So if there is a mismatch, then if there's something derogatory, you are likely to get that account removed. All right? Something else to remember about disputing or challenging things on your credit. There aren't human eyes that will be looking at your letters or reading your letters. So your dispute or challenge letters are scanned by a computer. And this computer is super smart. It has a highly advanced algorithm that attempts to break it down into a 2-digit code that's called an eOscar. So if the computer notices that there's a mismatch in the address ID, then you are more likely to get the account removed. The same goes for your name. You may notice that your report has several versions of your name: last name, first name, middle initial, middle name, no middle name, etc. If you remove all of the variations, you are more likely to get the derogatory information off your report. So in order to update, remove, or change an address or other personal information, you can mail a simple certified letter or send a fax to one of the fax numbers that I'm going to provide you. You need to include a recent utility bill showing your address, as well as a copy of your driver's license and social security card. So something that they said, that some people have also had positive results with the credit bureau Experian by uploading the letter to www.experian.com/upload. So I am going to put a sample of the change of address letter that you can send. And of course, you're going to, wherever you see it highlighted in yellow, those are the things that you are going to update. So I'm going to remove this and kind of zoom in. So we're going to take this journey together, because even though I have a house, I still have some things. I know I have some old medical bills on my credit that I would like to get cleaned up. So, all right. So that is the first tip. So that's how we're going to get started. We are going to clear up our wrong addresses, variations of our names. And then next week, in one of my Plan With Me's, I will share another tip. Or maybe I'll just do a tip a week. And therefore, we can do this process together and see if it really works. I don't know what it could possibly hurt. So again, this is the series that I am using. And it is called Credit Secrets Quick Start Guide. And this is a small guide to help you start working immediately on your credit. So it's by Scott and Alison Hilton. I know this has been an extremely lengthy video, but I do want to share. I wanted to most certainly share with you what I'm doing for my personal budget that has been working for us very well. I kind of changed up this year when the Trendsetter came out, and I started using that. So I can say for the last 4 months, we have seen positive results as a household from using the system the way that I do it. And so I don't want you to think, oh, we don't talk about savings, because as you can see, I do have a portion in there for savings. We have an emergency savings account, and then we both have our personal savings account. So even though I don't list it here in the book, it's something that we do talk about in our budget reviews. So I hope that, number one, my credit tip of the week can help you. And number two, if you take the credit journey with me, I would like you to tell me, did this work for you? Did it not? Did you see an increase in your credit score? All of that. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my budget video. And I look forward to taking this journey with you to repair your credit if your credit needs repairing, or you need a couple of points or pointers. All right. Have an awesome day. Ciao, Bella.